Well, here we are again, going back from Revelation to Genesis and some of my favorite scriptures. And today we're going to be looking at one that has been somewhat controversial amongst theologians. It's found in Philippians 1:21 through 23. For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. But if I am to live on in the flesh, this will mean fruitful labor for me. And I do not know which to choose. But I am hard pressed from both directions, having the desire to depart and to be with Christ, for that is very much better. Some have said that Paul was depressed, discouraged, and that he knew that to be with Christ would be better than what he was doing. At the same time, others have said, no, Paul very clearly realized how wonderful it would be to be with Christ and was having a hard time deciding whether it was more wonderful to serve here or whether it was more wonderful to be with Christ. We certainly don't want to make this passage a passage to say that suicide is a good answer for people to be with Christ, even though heaven may be far better than this earth. I think it's very, very clear that Paul clearly understood that whether he was in heaven or whether he was here on earth, he was with the Lord, and that he was accomplishing what the Lord had set out for him to do. And he clearly states that here in this, that fruitful labor was good here on earth, and yet he expresses his great love for Christ and the fact that he would love to be with him in heaven. And so don't take this as a suicide kind of a passage of scripture that Paul would rather die than to continue on here on this earth, but take it rather as one that he recognized that he could be used of Christ here on earth or in heaven, and he recognized the glories of heaven and the presence of Christ as compared to continuing here on earth. So again, don't want you to think that this is a justification for suicide, to be in a great, wonderful place with Christ versus serving him here on earth. Paul certainly went through some difficult times here on earth, but I don't believe he was ever suicidal, and I don't believe he ever wanted to depart just because he wanted to get out of this earth. He recognized that God had work for him to do here on this earth. And so I hope that you'll think about this passage of scripture, that it's gain to be here and to be able to continue to serve him, but it's going to be wonderful too when we're present with him in person in heaven. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.